Well, it's the first show of spring, so we'll start tonight with puppy murder. MAGA insiders are saying that Noem's seen here wearing the hair of that dog. Something tells me Trump would fully support killing disobedient pets.
Sometimes I'm confused. So on the school run with my son, we do this thing called Hey Google, where we ask Google random questions, or Siri random questions. But with Christy the Clown, or Christy, which is hardly normal, KRISTI NOEM, I am confused. So it's been confirmed she shot her dog, she shot the goats, and 3 horses. Her book, which she is hyping, she describes as a guide to how to get your voice heard. Huh?
Input. So this book is really a how-to guide for how to make your voice heard, and for people in this country what they can do to really make sure that they are getting genuine elected officials that really want to give them more freedom and liberty.
She's not done with killing puppies, by the way. She now wants to turn her attention to President Biden's dog, and, well, I think the Secret Service... It's not the biting dog they need to worry about. There's a potential murderer on the loose.
So you write about lessons learned in leadership, and you bring up some specific incidents I want to ask you about. You talk about meeting some world leaders, and one specific one, quote, "I remember when I met with North Korean dictator Kim Jong Un. I'm sure he underestimated me, having no clue about my experience staring down little tyrants. I've been a children's pastor after all." Did you meet Kim Jong Un?
Well, you know, as soon as this was brought to my attention, I certainly made some changes and looked at this passage. And I've met with many, many world leaders. I've traveled around the world. As soon as it was brought to my attention, we went forward and have made some edits. So I'm glad that this book is being released in a couple of days, and that those edits will be in place, and that people will have the updated version.
So you did not meet with Kim Jong Un. That's what you're saying.
You know, I've met with many, many world leaders. I've traveled around the world. I think I've talked extensively in this book about my time serving in Congress, my time as governor, before governor, some of the travels that I've had. I'm not going to talk about my specific meetings with world leaders. I'm just not going to do that. This anecdote shouldn't have been in the book, and as soon as it was brought to my attention, I made sure that that was adjusted. So the book is not released until Tuesday, and so we're doing all that we can to make sure that those changes are made, and I'm going to continue to focus on what this book is and the blueprint that it lays out for the American citizen, on all of the things in the background and stories of my life, but also what I think that needs to be identified in politics and what's broken today. I talk about how broken the money game is, how broken it is that we've got consultants that are getting rich off of elected officials, and then how fake some elected politicians are. Every single person in this country wants someone in elected office that's a human being, that doesn't say they're perfect. I take responsibility for that being in the book, and as soon as it was brought to my attention, I asked for it to be changed. So I'm glad that the release date is in a couple of days, and we're excited to talk to America about my new book, No Going Back.
So
I don't think you need to be a pet lover just to realise what a disaster Kristi Noem is in terms of everything that happened. But the craziest thing, she's doubling down on it as if it's normal. It's not that she took the puppy to a vet or to, a specialist. She cold-blooded shot and killed her own puppy. Literally, because, and this is my take on it. Don't blame the animal. Blame the owner. It's not the pet. Right? This is a pet. Right? She literally claims to be a countryside person, should have some experience, some knowledge of dealing with animals. You don't shoot them. I mean, what else did she get rid of during the times of her farming? I mean, I used to live in the countryside. We had stables at one end, and obviously there's livestock situations. I never, ever heard of anybody shooting their pet, cat, budgerigard. Never. Just, it's lunacy. And she thinks this is a vote winner. Good luck with that. I'll make a prediction. She will never be vice president of anything. Nothing.
I want to ask you again about the book. I know you know this question is coming because there's been such an enormous backlash about your revelation that you shot and killed a wire hair pointer named Cricket, who was 14 months old. You say in the book she came from another family that struggled with her aggression. You'd been training her to hunt. She got too excited, ruined the hunt, and then attacked and killed some chickens. I wonder if you have regrets about sharing this story.
You know, Margaret, this book is filled with vulnerable, painful moments in my life, filled with times where I've made very difficult decisions. The reason that the story is in the book because people need to understand who I am and some of those difficult decisions. This was a dangerous animal that was killing livestock and attacking people. And I had little children at the time. Our operation had many kids running around and people in interaction with the public. And I made a difficult choice. I think you're a mother too, and you have little kiddos. Would you make a choice between your children or a dangerous animal? And I think I would ask everybody in the country to put themselves in that situation, because that's what I faced. And I talk about it because what I'm tired of in this country is politicians who pretend to be something that they're not. That they aren't willing to have the hard conversations and look at the past and the tough decisions that they've made. What I talk about in the book extensively when people are able to get it on Tuesday is to see the whole story and the truth, not the spin that the media has put on this story. The media has put some or removed most of the facts, and what the reason this is in there is because I want people to know that I don't ask anybody else to take on my responsibilities. I understood my responsibility, and as a mom, I made a choice between protecting my children and protecting them from a dangerous animal that was killing livestock and attacking people. And, and that's the decision that I made.
I described, I think accurately, how you wrote it up in the book. You didn't say the dog attacked people. You said it had tried to bite you. And I just wonder why you concluded that a young dog was untrainable and not just take it to a shelter.
This dog was a working dog, and it had come from a family that already had issues with this dog. And
that garbage can orbit of Donald Trump. No doubt that he's nervous.
What'd you do?
On Tuesday, April 4th, 2023, Donald Trump entered a Manhattan courtroom and pled not guilty to 34 crimes.
Squash it.
Fucking movie star. You're a fucking movie star.
So tick, tick, tick.